How to overcome writer's block. Hiya, Adam Payne here with the Video Marketing Insider, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about how you can overcome writer's block. If you have a blog, a website, a niche site or whatever, you know that you need to be consistently creating good quality content and publishing it online. But sometimes we all struggle with a lack of creativity, a lack of ideas, and we just sit there and we don't really know what to write. So I want to share with you some tools and some practical steps that you can take if this ever happens to you. Now, of course, if you are suffering from writer's block, one of the best things you can do is just turn off the computer, go for a walk, get some exercise, take a nap, just do something different to take your mind off it. And then when you come back, you'll feel refreshed and you might find that you're more creative and you have ideas and you can start writing. If that doesn't work, what can you actually do? Well, let's pretend, just for this example, that we have a gardening related website, which I don't know anything about gardening. The first thing that I would recommend that you do is go over to Google and just type in a very, very broad keyword based around a topic that your readers might be interested in. So I could start here and I'm going to write in cucumbers. So we've got cucumbers and then we just hit enter. And what's going to happen is Google is going to give us a bunch of information about cucumbers, but you can see here that I have this Chrome extension installed. This is called Keywords Everywhere. And this allows me to click on this and it will find long tail keywords related to the main keyword cucumbers that we could potentially use as a base to write a brand new article about. Now it's going to take a little time to search, so I'm going to pause the video in a second and then I'll walk you through the results and then we'll use another tool to actually go ahead and create the content based off of one of these keywords. So I'll see you in 2 secs. Okay, so I decided to stop the search at 59% because we've already got 715 keywords and that's more than enough. So what I would do right here is scroll down and just see if I can find something that stands out that we could use as a potential base. And cucumber juice benefits is just an example that we could use. So we're going to head back over to Google and we'll just type that in, cucumber juice, and you can see here the autocomplete function gives it as a second option. So we're going to click on this and we'll open this up. So we can see the kind of articles that are ranking already, and this may or may not be a good keyword to go after from an SEO perspective. But what we can also do is we can see this, we've got people also ask. So when we go ahead and we create our article, this can be a great starting point, and it can also give us our headings and subheadings. So what I'll generally do is I'll open one and close one, and you can see now the number of questions or people also asked section has grown. So we can just do this several times, and not all of the questions that we see might be useful for our article, but just by doing this a few times we've got a bunch of different things. So now we've got all of these different questions that we could potentially answer in our article. But of course we're suffering from writer's block and we don't really know how to get started. So we're going to use another tool which I use on an almost daily basis. It's one of the best tools that I've come across in recent years, and it's called Conversion.AI. So I'm going to open up Conversion.AI. And we've got this thing here called Long Form Assistant. And basically this uses a really cool technology and it writes articles, or, well, it does a whole bunch of things, but in this particular case, it writes articles for us based on the prompts that we give it. So let's click on Long Form Assistant. And what do we want to create? Well, we want to create a blog post about cucumber juice benefits. We spell that correctly. We're not going to worry about SEO or any of that stuff. So we're just going to put a full stop there and hit continue. And now we're going to get some ideas for titles, because again, if we're suffering from writer's block, we might not be able to think of a good title. So let's click on generate ideas, and Conversion.AI is going to go out there, use its AI to come up with some potential titles for our article. So let's look at this. We've got the health benefits of cucumber juice, a comprehensive guide, the best juice ever, the amazing benefits of cucumber juice. That sounds cool. So let's use that one. Now, an intro paragraph, of course we could do it ourselves, but again, if we're struggling with writer's block, we'll just use this to generate some ideas and we'll get our introduction paragraph written for us. So again, we wait a few seconds and we're going to go through and we have some paragraphs that we can use. Cucumbers are a vegetable that we all know and love. It is great, so it really should be they are great. So let's not choose that one. Cucumber juice is amazing. It's not only refreshing and delicious, but it also has blah, blah, blah. This looks good. We'll use this one. Then we're going to click on Open Editor. And we have this introductory paragraph here. Now, rather than keep writing, which we could do, we can use something called Power Mode. So I'm going to click on this. And this is going to open it up here. And then I'm going to come down to Blog Post Outline in the left-hand column. And we're just going to click on this once more at the top. I'm just going to copy this title. Copy this. We'll then close this off. And we'll put this in here. And then we are going to click on Generate AI Content. So it's going to take that title and it's going to give us some starting points to actually expand on our article. Right now we've got a title and we've got an introductory paragraph. So that looks good. So I can click on this. And what I'll do is I'll copy all of these. So I'm going to copy all of these. I'll then click outside the box. I'll come inside of here, enter, and paste them in here. Now, rather than have them as numbers, I'm going to remove the number and I'm going to put double hashtag because that's how this software works. So I'm going to go and just do the first two. We're not going to do all of them. So cucumbers are high in vitamin A and promote healthy skin, period. Now we can see down here, we have the word compose and we have short, medium or long. So let's leave it at medium for now and let's just hit compose and watch what happens here. Cucumbers are high in vitamin A. This is important for healthy skin, and since it's great for your organs too, you can't go wrong. You might think that this would be a juice only good at breakfast because the first thing we did was talk about its health benefits, but cucumber juices can also be refreshing. Let's get rid of this. And have a multitude, and then we'll hit compose again, of other benefits. And as you can get the idea, you can kind of get all this content written for you. You can just double check it, delete a little bit here and there. Now, let's just get a bit of a space there. So we're going to go back over to Google and we're going to look at one of these as a subheading. So let's say, when should I drink cucumber juice? What happens when you drink cucumber water? Ooh, let's do this one for argument's sake. What can cucumber do to your skin? So I can copy this. I can come back over here. I can put hashtag. What can cucumber do to your skin? Then I can hit compose. Now, when I actually come to take this and put it onto my blog, I don't have a gardening blog, of course. I would need to edit it or format it, I should say. So all of the spacing's there and the fonts and the images are there. But this is a great start. Okay, let's see here. So now we've got a nice little paragraph. Cucumbers are high in vitamin A. This is important for healthy skin, and since it's great for your organs too, you can't go wrong. Now, if you're worried about plagiarism and you think, well, this might be taken from somebody else's site, what you can do, let's just take this bit here, and we can come over and open up a new tool. I use Copyscape. So I'm just going to open up Copyscape. I'm going to have to log in. I haven't got a login. So I'm going to paste it in here and I'm going to hit Premium Search. And this basically goes through and it tells us if this has been plagiarized and taken from somebody else. And we can see here, I've spent 3 cents to check that paragraph. No results found. 95% of the time with Conversion.AI, it's completely fine. Occasionally, especially if you're writing something very, very technical, which has a lot of specifications, you might find that it doesn't pass Copyscape, but for the most part, it does. I want to show you something else as well. So I'm actually going to go back here and I'm going to come to the templates and we're going to come here to Content Improver. This is another thing that you can use inside of Conversion.AI to help you with writer's block. And we're going to come back over to Google and we'll just choose something random. Does cucumber remove dark spots? So we're going to copy this bit here, copy, and we're going to come back over here and we are going to remove that, paste it in here. We'll leave the tone of voice as educational. Right now I've got it set to give me 5 variations of this. You can up this number or reduce this number. We're going to hit Generate AI Content, and then Conversion.AI is going to give us 5 different variations for us to choose from. So let's see, let's just copy this one just to double check things. We'll go to Copyscape and we'll delete that, we'll paste that in here and we'll hit premium search. As you can see, there are no red flags. So just by typing in the word cucumbers into Google and using a few tools and a little bit of creativity, we've been able to come up with a lot of content for a potential article. So if you're ever suffering from writer's block and you want to overcome it, technology can help. Now you're probably wondering, this is all great, but how much does all this stuff cost? Well, if we go to Copyscape's pricing, it's really cheap. You can see it's 3 cents per search up to 200 words. Okay, so it's really cheap. You can get it for less than $5 a month. And if you do have a lot of content and you use these tools, it's worth it. Now, of course, if you're crafting your own content, you don't really need Copyscape, but then of course, you wouldn't suffer from writer's block in that case. Keywords Everywhere is super cheap as well. You can spend $10 and you can get 100,000 credits. And they expire after 1 year, but unless you're some hardcore crazed person that does, tons and tons of searches every day, this is going to last you a long time. So again, $10, super cheap. $50 will get you 500,000 credits. So, you are getting a ton of credits for a very reasonable price. The biggest cost will be Conversion.AI. That is a monthly cost. Now, I've written an article below this video which goes into Conversion.AI in more detail. They do have a couple of plans. One, I believe, is about $29 per month. The other's over $100 a month, which is what I use. But for what I do with it and for what you can do with it, it is one of the best purchases that I've ever made. So while that is a little bit pricier, it's definitely worth it if you use it. So I'm going to leave the link below so you can read more about it and learn more about the ins and outs of that particular tool. And then you can make a decision as to whether you want it or not. Any questions, let me know. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. And I'll see you in another video shortly. Take care. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions or you need more clarification, go and watch the video once more. Over on the right hand side, we have some more trainings and reviews, so go and watch those as well. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and hit the bell notification. Other than that, ask any questions you've got below, and I'll see you soon.